Welcome everyone, this is Kerjims channel. Now we are in the 4th episode of our Mobile Legend comparisons.
Minions have spawned.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another story. Last time we explained the story of Silas, a character that might give Demacia even more plot twists. But even though his concept is really cool, I don't think he's anywhere near Soraka. Because not only is her story good, but she also explains who Celestials are, and she gives Runeterra more context. In other words, Soraka gives the world of League of Legends meaning. The clever thing about her story is that it was teased months ago. We already knew about Soraka's influence on Runeterra from the story of Syndra. In that story, at the end, and this is a massive spoiler by the way, it was revealed that Soraka tasked a Vastayan warrior with keeping Syndra locked underground. By doing this, he would save thousands of lives. But he would have to betray everyone he loves to succeed. It's a tragic story, but it perfectly sets up Soraka as a celestial guide that shows mortals their path. And as you'll see, this entire guidance theme is sneakily expanded upon in her story rework. Now, while normally I would start with the champion's bio and then I would follow it with the short story, we will do it the other way around this time. Because the short story loses some of its charm when you learn how Soraka got where she is. So here's the short story that depicts Soraka's personality. It begins near the peak of Mount Stargo, where the cold is deadly and the skies are clear. But despite the harsh climate, this is where Soraka lives now. She was preparing tea for a visitor she was expecting. And as the story describes Soraka's little house, it also mentioned that Soraka likes to keep valuable items she's attached to on a shelf, like many of us. For example, she has a willow wreath from Omikaela, which we know as the ancient grove where the god willow once stood, which Ivern later cut down. But she also has a tiny golden acorn from a friend in Battlefield, which is a setup for the newly released Yordle base lore. And finally, the story also mentions a stone dog from the old days of Nasrami. Apparently, Soraka was somehow involved in the development of this coastal city. The scene then shifted to the cold outside, where a hungry pack of wolves announced that the visitor arrived on time. Like all Targonian beasts, the wolves were starving because vulnerable prey was rare in this land, and the exhausted visitor was an easy kill. When Soraka walked out of her house, she noticed it was just a young girl clutching a wooden spear. Soraka knew about mortals ascending the mountain. It was nothing new to her, but they were never this young. Suddenly, the wolves turned to Soraka instead and lunged for her in unison. Soraka's fingertips sparkled and golden fire rained down on the pack. The falling stars were meant to scare them away, which they did. But one of the wolves was left behind with half of his body crushed beneath the dying embers. Unable to bear its pain, Soraka knelt before the dying beast. She laid her hand on his broken body, but the wolf was scared and it bit Soraka's arm hard. Suddenly, the girl visitor cried out to warn Soraka. She was afraid the wolf would kill her. But as Soraka's miracle worked, the wolf's flesh reshaped and bones snapped back in place. As the magic left Soraka's body, it burned her. She closed her eyes and endured the pain. When she opened them again, the wolf was gone, and only the girl remained. The girl's first reaction was a confused question. She asked Soraka if she's one of the demons she heard about. This line was a nice reference to Leona's story, where during her ascension, she did indeed meet a mysterious golden demon boy. So legends about these creatures may be very well known by now. It didn't take long before the visitor dropped on the snow, and Soraka finally paid attention to the girl's own problems. Her arms were black all the way to the elbows, a frostbite that would soon kill her. Soraka pushed herself through another wave of pain as she healed the girl's limbs. With the girl conscious again, Soraka started to ask questions. When she asked if she still looked like a demon to her, she got no answer. But then Soraka asked, why did the girl make the summit climb? The girl revealed that she is indeed from the Rakor tribe, and that her entire family sees her as weak. The only way to prove everyone that she is strong would be to climb Mount Targo. And right now she was nearly at the summit, and she had no intention to stop her ascension. Unfortunately, Soraka knew the harsh reality of the ascension, and she decided to show the girl the truth. With a wave of her hand, clouds formed in the sky to shape familiar faces. There was Fancy, Diana, and Leona. All of them the girl knew. She was a warrior of the Rakor after all, and most of these characters were Rakoran heroes. But Soraka explained that these heroes chose the mountain with their soul, but the girl didn't truly choose it, and Targon would not choose her. She would die on the summit. After witnessing the reality, the girl now had even more problems. She couldn't climb up, but she couldn't return home either. But Soraka told her that the world is vast and her options are endless. And if she truly didn't know where to go, Soraka offered to help her choose her path.
Enemy slain.
This is where the story cuts off. And just like it happened in the story of Syndra, here Soraka also acts as a guide that shows you what you're really capable of. So if this girl gets a similar role to the Vastayan hero in the Dreaming Pool story, we can expect her to become an essential character. Now, with the short story done, let's have a look at her bio now. Unlike the short story, the bio explains why Soraka is here on Mount Stargon, and why does her own magic hurt her. This, by the way, is a clever tie-in to the fact that Soraka does hurt herself when she heals others. But her bio also dives deeper into how the universe of League of Legends works. So if you're interested in the bigger idea behind time and space, listen up. Soraka comes from ages when time was still young. She was a part of the Celestial Realm, where the Celestial beings looked over the creatures that now grew on Runeterra. However, the mortal creatures behave differently from the great design that was intended for them by those above. Yes, this means that mortals on Runeterra have an intended purpose. We just don't know what it is. The Celestials put signs in the stars to guide mortals towards their destiny. But the simpler mortal minds misinterpreted these images, which led to chaos, uncertainty, and suffering. Soraka was a Celestial with great empathy, and she could no longer watch mortals suffer, so she descended down to the mortal realm in order to guide mortals back to their intended path. She took on a physical form that wasn't meant to hold her Celestial powers. The side effect was that her new body burned from within, but she was determined to endure this pain so she could kill others. But as Soraka began her journey to fix mortals, she quickly found that the limits of mortal cruelty were nowhere to be found. It didn't matter where they were, on a battlefield, in a city, or outside in the wilderness. There was fighting, betrayal, and suffering everywhere. The destiny of mortals was beyond repairing now, and Soraka blamed it on their short lifespan. They were unable to see the greater pattern. But still, Soraka lived among mortals, trying to fix whatever little damage she could. And eventually, Soraka noticed a new, greater pattern emerging from all the chaos. A new, complex, and unintended design. From the stars, Runeterra looked like a spawn of pure chaos. But from Soraka's view, just as mortals dished out endless cruelty, some of them also proved that mortals can be filled with kindness to rival anything among the stars. They only had to be nudged in the right direction. After this discovery, Soraka entirely changed her plans. Instead of forcing mortals to return back to their intended design, which was now nearly impossible, she would instead show mortals what good they could do on their own, should they pick the right path. Over the millennia, the legends of the Star Child have spread throughout the land of Runeterra. Some tribes of Freljord revere this horned healer who keeps away the icy bite of winter. In Zone, there are stories about a radiant healer who purifies lands from the grave. And in Ionia, there are myths of the Messiah Shirei who remember a seeker who could commune with the stars. But currently, Soraka turns the peaks of Mount Stargon into her new home. She has her own plans with this place, but the story doesn't reveal what Soraka wants to do with Stargon. What we do know is that she is guiding an isolated tribe of Astaya on this mountain. She is teaching them her healing ways. This might explain the golden demons that were present in the Ascension stories. As we mentioned, for example, in the story of Leona. Maybe it was no demon or celestial at all. Maybe it was just a winged Astaya with horns. But either way, as Soraka witnessed entire civilizations wiped out during wars, she realized that she can't show mortals the right way if they don't listen. She cannot save everyone if they don't wish it. But Soraka is still determined never to stop trying. Now this bio revealed something big to us. Something many of you may not even realize. If Celestials look over mortal worlds, and yes, I say worlds because Pantheon is still a hive mind of warriors spread across the universe, that still confirms that Runeterra isn't the only planet with mortals on it. But Runeterra may be the only planet that went rogue from the original Celestial plans. Anyway, if they do look over mortal worlds, that means that we finally know what the heck Bard is doing. Bard is just another messenger of the Celestial realm. We don't know why he decided to take on a physical form like Soraka, but we know that Bard is trying to save mortals on Runeterra from their own corrupted destiny. This would explain why Bard stole away a powerful artifact during the battle for Bard Mountain. It was to prevent even more chaos. The Bard constellation now also makes sense. Star constellations were supposed to warn mortals and show them the right path. For example, there is a constellation about the Watchers, probably a warning from the Celestials. However, we don't know what the Bard constellation was supposed to represent, but we know it was supposed to help you. Another amazing piece of information related to the Celestials came from the latest Ask Riot. There we learned from Celestials who originally used the world runes to craft a new realm. We can assume this realm was either the spirit realm on Runeterra, or the planet
Your
itself
team
was
has
supposed to be a
destroyed
new
the
plane of
turret.
existence. Either way, something went wrong and the runes that created Runeterra are now scattered across the same planet. Now, because this directly ties Celestials to world runes, we can assume that Kale and Morgana might do something with them as well.